Hi, I'm Gracie, and today I'm going to show you how to make raspberry oatmeal bars. This recipe was brought to you by The Joy of Vegan Baking by Colleen Patrick Goodrew. So, first I preheated the oven to 350 Fahrenheit. And then, remember, this recipe is doubled. Then I will put a cup of lightly packed brown sugar, firmly packed light brown sugar. And then I will pour it into the bowl. Then I will put this away. Then I will pour the brown sugar into the bowl. Next, I will put in 2 cups all unbleached, all-purpose baking flour. So 2 cups of this. And remember, this recipe is vegan. So that means no animal products and no meat products. And it's really healthy. So 1 cup. And then spread. Next is a 1/4 teaspoon baking soda. So baking soda. Then get a 1/4 teaspoon right here.
Wait.
Then I put in half a teaspoon baking soda. Then I put in some salt. Then I put in 2 cups quick cooking oats. Remember, if you don't have quick cooking oats, you can just use regular oats and blend them. Remember, this recipe is vegan, so that means no animal products and it's really healthy. So I put in my 2 cups quick cooking dry oats. Remember, these aren't quick cooking. They get quick cooking if you put them in the blender until they are probably crushed a tiny bit. Not until they're like mixed, like a powder almost, just until they're like cut in half, practically. So then, I get the lid. Or you can just use a Then I Now I pour it into our bowl, mixing bowl. Then we need a cup non-hydrated, non-dairy butter softened. Not all the way melted, just softened. So we take a cup of this, and then we take a little regular drinking cup. And then, or this measuring cup. Or this, we put this measuring cup in. Then I put in a cup of this. I put a cup of butter in. I put it into this bowl or cup. Then I put it in the microwave for no longer than 15 seconds. While I'm waiting for that, I can put this in the sink and wash it off. Then I get the butter after it's done, pour it in with the mix. Make sure you get all the last butter. Then I stir it up. This is a very easy recipe, very tasty, and very healthy. If you are using a spoon, you probably shouldn't. Whisks are the way to go. But I baked another thing today, so I might have to use this. So, remember, if you are worried about nutrition when you go vegan, don't worry. You get plenty of nutrition with all our soy options and fake meat options. And it's a cruelty-free lifestyle. So, make sure all the butter is spread around and make sure it's not too gloppy. And then stir until desired consistency. Then, after you can also use your hands for this part if you want, but just make sure it's crumbly, because this is going to be the crumb topping. So, we wash our hands a little, dry them, make sure they're not wet when you do this. Okay, now we can mush it together with our hands. Just make sure it's not too crumbly, just make sure it's a lot of little crumbles, not one big crumble. And it's okay if there aren't that many whole oats, because you'll still taste it. And again, this is really easy to make. I really suggest you try it at home. Okay, so when you're done with that, you see I have blackberry jelly, not raspberry, as it says. I will use this time because we do not have any raspberry jelly right now. So you can use practically any jelly.
Luca, that's my favorite jelly in the whole world.
So again, hi, I'm Grace, and today I'm going to show you how to make strawberry oatmeal bars. And this recipe is from the Joy of Vegan Baking cookbook by Colleen Patrick Goodrow. So, first I put in 1 cup brown sugar. Then I put in 2 cups of flour. Then I put in a half a teaspoon baking soda. Then I put in a pinch of salt, just do it to taste. And then I put in oats, but they're not really quick cooking, but they call for oats, and they're supposed to be quick cooking. But if you have regular oats, to make them quick cooking, just put them in a blender until they're chopped in half, and then spoon them out into a measuring cup, and then measure to 2 cups, and then pour it in the mix. And then I put in a cup of butter, softened, and then I have my jam set aside over there. So I mix it all together with my hands. Do it until it's crumbly. Just not a whole bunch together, just crumbly. And then I have my pan, and it's greased. And then I take this over here, and then I take some out. Then I pat it down. So you just put a little in. Just take about 2/3 of. Then I added the jam. I smooth it out with a fork. And now I'm going to add the topping. So what you do is you just sprinkle it over it. Sprinkle it on top anywhere you want. And again, this is vegan and really easy. And you can make it with multiple jams or any kind of jam or any flavor. And it also can have chunks if you want to have that in there. And if there's leftovers, you can cover the whole thing with it. You don't have to have it showing, but that's your personal option. So that's probably enough. And then I preheated the oven to 350 Fahrenheit. So I am going to put this in the oven for about, I'm going to put this in the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. Again, folks, that's 35 to 40 minutes. So I'm going to slide that in there, set the timer for 35, and we're out. Oh, look, it's done. Now we take it out. Ah, just smell that delicious crumb bar. Now we let it cool, but first we stick a knife into it and see. Actually, no, that's one of the cakes. So now we think it's done because it's golden brown. So now we just turn this off and then we let it cool and then enjoy. So then we let it cool and then we cut it into bars and then we enjoy. So after you let them cool, you cut them into little squares and enjoy. So I hope you enjoyed making these delicious vegan, kind of healthy treats. So I'll see you next time on Vegan Baking with Grace.